Tell us about the Extreme Computing Test Lab and what you do here.
Sure. So when we're developing rugged product, we can't just armchair quarterback that. We actually have a lot of elbow grease involved in the development of the product. So what we do is we design it in 3D CAD, build the product, and then instead of it going to the customers, we're going to bring it into this lab and we're going to tear it up. Because I don't learn anything about the product until I break it. And then once we break it, the engineers and I, we're going to go through the product. Can we make that more robust? We put those fixes into the tooling, shoot the tool again, make the product again, we bring it in here and we do it all over. So it's an iterative process, a lot of elbow grease involved. So the lab itself is really a product development lab. It's to make sure that the product is rugged enough for our customers.
When did the lab open?
So the original iteration of the lab opened in 2014. The lab as you see it today, the grand opening was about 2 months ago. And so we've been doing it for, 5 years now.
And what machine are you standing in front of now? What is this testing?
So this is what we call the Ingress Chamber. It actually will test IPX 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what you're seeing right here is IPX 4. It's basically a 10-minute test. This 180-degree arc that swings back and forth 350 degrees is spraying the product from all directions for 10 minutes.
And what does IPX4 mean?
IPX, well, that's exactly what I just said. IPX4 is a very technical definition of something that can be in this environment operational for 10 minutes.
Tell me what this particular test does.
Sure. So this is what we call the Hen Cycle Tester, which is a misleading name because we're not actually testing the hinges. What we're interested in here is we've got some discrete wires that come out of the base through a sealed area up underneath the hinge cover. They have to stay out of the rotating axle and then through another sealed area into the hinge up display. And what's important here is if you design and you manufacture that cleverly, every single time this opens and closes, those wires which are crammed in there together like this look like this. They're actually moving in unison. If you're not clever in the way you design it or you manufacture it, every single time this opens and closes, it looks like this. And unfortunately, this is what engineers call fretting. If I do this long enough, the plastic insulation around the wires will eventually rub away, and then copper touches copper, and that's the day that you're going to lose functionality. The display, antenna, touch, some of the functionality is going to go away when those copper wires short to each other.
And what is the typical number of times that you do this test?
So for our rugged extreme product, our fully rugged product, we do this 150,000 cycles. For our semi-rugged product, or what we call rugged, we do it 60,000 cycles.
Tell me about this particular test.
Sure. So this is our transit drop test. This is so people feel comfortable that they can bump the product around when they're outdoors. It is out of mill standard 810G, and the requirements of the test are 2-inch thick plywood, and then you pick how high you're going to drop. In our case, we claim for our non-operational testing, we're going to drop it from every orientation, which is 26 drops, 4 foot, 5 foot, and 6 foot. So we're going to use the same unit for all 78 of those drops.
So how am I supposed to do it?
Just make sure it angles, so if you're going to like that.
Okay, and then just drop it or slam it down?
No, just drop it.
I broke it.
No, yeah, you broke it all right, it's dead. We'll never use it again. All right.
Okay.
Anthony, why does this testing matter?
So the whole point of a rugged product is that you're going to be taking it outdoors, in the wild. And if you're going to be out there, it's not like being in your office. And so we need a way to be able to convince ourselves that you're going to have a good experience out there. And so that's what the lab is all about. It's about taking all of these products, putting them through their paces, breaking them, fixing them, breaking them again until we get to a level of rugged that we're comfortable with, that in your use, you're never going to see a problem, that you're going to have a good experience with the product.